Hey guys, Dale here, back with some more RimWorld, and we're launching our shuttles with some more mechanoids to help Pria defend herself, as well as some materials. So we're gonna box around the ship. We're gonna make a little kill box down here. Hopefully, raiders will see this entrance. That's what they'll go towards. And we're sending some of our building mechs down here to help with all this construction that we have queued up along with a ton of steel so that we can get it done. We might need to do a couple steel runs, but things are working out. I'd mentioned before that the garage doors just kind of like explode or implode or whatever when exposed to the vacuum of space. You can rebuild them, but then they'll just break again. I had a closer look now that my brain's like a little less foggy from being sick, and I found the right tags to add. So this is actually, I think this is considered sealed. It's considered breathable atmosphere. It's not very warm in there, but that's not a big deal. And best of all, the doors are not like I haven't had to rebuild these doors. So I think I got the right tags added to them, and we're looking good. Um, I am a little upset that the garage door isn't wide enough, but we just did a 1x4 and put a little hole there, and that should be enough for our tanks to be able to go in and out. Other good news. When we stick a sub persona core in here, it does stay charged or continue to charge while it's in there. So we can load these guys up and just have them ready to go and not have to think about charging them or any needs that those pawns might have. So that is great for us. We had a dry thunderstorm. This is remnants of a previous raid, and we have 11 days left here on this guy. Okay, we've landed, and we're going to have Pria take control of the mechs that are down here. These guys have already loaded, so we'll get back to the ship, and we'll probably have to bring another hull of steel down there, but they have enough to get started, and we have plenty of steel where we are. There we go, lunch. And lunch. The work that they're doing up here right now is we're building our second dropship. Once we have that dropship assembled, we'll probably we have this set to be detached. It's just they can't get to it. We'll rename the dropship so that they're separate entities. And we're just building it attached to the ship for now so that it isn't considered like debris on the map or whatever. If there is like this that's separated from the ship, we wouldn't be able to fire like all our engines because it thinks that there's like stuff on the map that we would run into or something like that, right? So hopefully they get to building this pretty quick and get it attached so that we can not have to worry about it being an issue during combat. Okay, these builders have made pretty short work of this. Let's go ahead and I guess dump the rest of the steel for them. And I think let's send you home and let's tell you to hibernate. We'll have him bring the astral repairers back up to the ship with him once they're done with this wall, which it seems like they are doing in just one evening, so... Okay, they are all done with the wall except this last piece. I assume you're going to work on that. And something's happening. The game has decided to freeze a little bit. It's ship combat. We found some uranium, so we'll probably mine that out, send these guys back up to the ship, and hope that this is enough defense for Pria. Like, I'm pretty sure we'll be fine. We have all these guys down here. We have a bunch of mechanoids, and we've been fine so far. Just one ship? I'm not too worried about that. Let's go ahead and bring all you guys inside, just in case. Check our engines. No little lifters down there. Shields. Oh no, can't move because of this. Oh no, they're gonna have range on us, right? Remove wreck. It's considered a wreck, so we have to remove it. Oh no, that's not terrible. It's not the worst. It's just like what, some steel, plasteel, some components. We have crazy amounts of those things. So let's go ahead and advance. Shields on, select our weapons, and we'll just like target for the center of that ship. Okay, they are firing. We are intercepting maybe some missiles. We're gonna go ahead and maintain. Let's take a look at this. Like, we have like 5 spinal lasers now, so one barrage is definitely overkill. Okay, one. Oh no, that looks crazy. We'll lower our shields, vent heat, and we will grab uranium. We'll grab wood, silver, plasteel, and components. And what about the next piece? Uranium and components. I guess we'll grab the steel. Okay, not too bad. And this'll be less of a problem once we have all our builders back up here, and we're ready for that. We can always just make a stockpile for the uranium in here. Why don't you board as pilot, and then how many astro repairs did we bring down? I think it was 3. Okay, perfect. 3. Load pawn you. 1, 2, 3, and the lifter. And once those are all loaded up, we'll get them back on the ship. Okay, we have a raid coming in from the refugee Imperium. What is that? A gauss lance. They can shoot through walls and things. And a rocket launcher. They're going to prepare for a little while. I guess that's fine. I would like to cut this tree down, and maybe we put a door there. But we'll have some mechs like body block that for now. We do have shield coverage in our little kill box, and we do have a Centurion who provides some more shield coverage if they get up close. I am not too worried about this. Okay, they are coming in. I was just setting defensive positions up. Okay, so Centurion, I think that's good for you. And actually, let's get the Workwing over there. Let's get these blasters up here. Why don't you stand there and body block? And oh, we brought another Workwing down. Okay. Okay, I think we'll set this as defensive positions. And we'll see how this goes. What are you coming in with? Some charge weaponry, a charge LMG. War Queen, why don't you go ahead and release some urchins? You can do the same. Ooh, they have pretty cool looking armor. They have the comedic style. Oh, nice. I didn't even consider Pria's range, so I'm glad that that just happened to work out. Okay, those guys are fleeing. There are these guys that are coming in. Okay, all our war urchins are down. We can probably launch another set. Oh, you're up. Oh. Rocket launcher from somewhere. Okay, we'll speed things up a little bit here. And more war urchins. Okay, shields are still up. Okay, not bad. You guys are free to go. I am going to restrict you guys to the home area, and we're going to clean the home area up just a little bit. Let's get this out of here. And I guess that is pretty good. Okay, I think we have 9 more days, so we will see what we can do to get through those today. Okay, we have another raid coming in. It's mechanoids this time, which is great because we can send those corpses up to the ships for more mech components. And how many is it? It's just 8. They're all centipedes. We're well shielded, so I'm not too concerned about casualties. Why don't you go ahead and do your marksman command? We also have these weapons that just shred mechanoids, so... Okay, here they come. You don't really have a good line of sight. Let's move you up and see if you can hit some things sometime. Yeah, landing the ship was definitely the right choice. Okay, back to wherever it is you're going to go, and that is 8 mechanoids we can bring up to the ship to disassemble. Okay, we had another raid show up. Outlanders, like a group of Outlanders, decided to wander by, and they are fleeing. We also have a trade caravan coming in. This raid has a group down here, up here, and over here. They're preparing for a little while. Are you guys engaged in combat? Yeah. So I think not most of it. Some of this will take care of itself. The impids down here, a lot of them kind of like blew their load already, so probably can't like spit fire again. That being said, they're just tribals, and we're a Mech Hive, so how's this going? You guys are mostly melee, and you have bows. Okay. Imps are beginning their assault. Okay, let's get ourselves into defensive positions. And all of these mechs also get into your defensive positions. You guys are wandering all the way down. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit. Okay, the trade caravan is definitely fleeing. Oh, they got lassos and stuff over here. And these guys are just about to make it into their box of doom. We can do a marksman command. Oh, and we did fortify the walls, so that's helpful. These guys are still cleaning up the trade caravan, and you guys are arriving just as your friends are leaving. More visitors. Yeah, unarmored tribals versus a mech hive, especially with commando sub personas with heavy weaponry. No contest. Okay, you guys are free to go. And we are at just over 6 days left. We've been getting a raid about every other day, so it's not been super intense. Okay, we have 55 tribals coming in. They probably Neanderthals, yeah. So a bit beefy, but we're gonna shred them, so won't even be a problem. Okay, they're starting to arrive. I guess we will release some urchins. Do a marksman command. Yeah, they're just like coming in one at a time. I don't even know why tribals would be interested in a JT drive. But here they are. Oh, okay. Fire, yep. That tends to happen when we throw lightning. I was gonna say, I think we lost all our war urchins, but one survived, so you guys are free to do what you're gonna do. Back on the ship, we are making some more sub persona shells. We have hibernation spots here in the dropship that I intend to fill up. We'll need at least 4 for the manning mortars, and then 6 for the hover tanks. And we have 10 spots, so I guess some more folks just carrying guns and marching with the mechanoids. We are making a lot of good progress on this other dropship, and maybe we might be able to have that complete before the Pria core comes back. We'll see. Okay, another tribal raid. 3 days, 3.5 days left. It's a huge tribal raid, but I don't think they're gonna make it very far. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, first one's making it in. And we're loading up our shuttles. Hans, they're not there yet. We're going to come down here, pick up some of these corpses, mechanoid and human, so we can turn them into chem fuel, because we definitely need a lot more chem fuel for our drop ships. Well, are you guys going to come in or no? We could try and bait you with some urchins. Okay, we've taken down like 20 of them. And there they go. So we go as well. Okay, we've got 1.7 days left. We have a Neanderthal raid coming in. They are not breachers, so our normal tactics should just be fine. Oh, we have some map visitors. I hope they don't open the door. And Neanderthals are coming from a couple different directions. The game's also frozen. We have a raid imps are coming in. If they don't like the Neanderthals, that would be great. They're attacking immediately. So things have like intensified here in the last day and a half. Oh, okay. Imps and Neanderthals, they might take care of each other outside of our base. Let's see if these guys catch on to what's happening. This is like the perfect storm. Okay, you guys are not going towards our doors, but you are going towards the Neanderthals. War Queens, why don't you guys go ahead and release some urchins? And we'll see if they can help kind of like delay that mess up there. Hopefully they don't hang out in these doors. We'll keep an eye on that. What are you guys doing? That's so silly. Okay. Oh, there must have been another group from maybe down south that has come in. Okay, urchins. Okay, Neanderthals are distracted by the impids, so I think you guys can rush out. And then I'm gonna do that so they don't try and walk back in. Okay, this group is fleeing. Okay, the impid group and 2 of the Neanderthal groups are basically like battling it out. We are getting a couple stragglers from one of those groups. War Queens, can you do the thing? Yep. What is the cooldown on that like? It's not that bad. Okay. Neanderthals they're fleeing, of course, the fire. Okay, I think that means all the Neanderthal groups are fleeing. Neanderthals had a little bit of advantage. A lot of them were in our shields, so the arrows weren't hurting them, but they were probably melee for the most part and walked in and just got burned to a crisp. Okay, well, we'll come back when the impids finally make it to us. They're just like brutalizing these last 2 Neanderthals trying to get off the map. Gabella is probably going to make it, but probably not going to survive out there. And I think that's it. Tribespeople. Oh, that was the group. The visitors. Okay. Braga, you're the last survivor of your little visiting group. Showed up at the wrong time. And so now I think the impids will finally start wandering towards us. We have some urchins out. So they'll take care of those, and then we'll get them in the box. Okay, they're finally coming around to us. There were 55 of them when they spawned in. There's about 40 of them left. So the Neanderthals, the visitors, the urchins, they did a little bit of work. Oh, there's an urchin still up. Let's forbid that door. I don't want you coming in. Okay. And we do have a marksman command. Yeah, literally just like 2 steps in. You're gonna be there for a really long time if you intend to try and breach that wall with a bow. Okay. And that was enough. Okay, 1.4 days. Okay, 8 hours left, and we're getting a drop pod raid of yet again. So they spend a lot of their raid points on drop podding in. It's not a very impressive group. Are they mostly melee? No, just 1 melee. They do have 1 rocket launcher and some grenades. This is not gonna be fun for them. Oh, looks like there were multiple groups. There's one there. There's that group. Is there another group? There's a group down there. So 3 small groups, and we also have a trade caravan that's just like hanging out in front. I'm not sure if we'll see any action. Refugee Imperium. Okay, 15. Also drop potting in. Drop potting in probably like all over the map because that's just 2 of them. Marksman command. Okay. There was one of the rockets. Oh, that's the Empire. Also going after the Yiddikin. Yeah, this is a bad day for these Yiddikin. It's not a great day for the trade caravan either. Oh. Doing some execution moves or something over there. And something else is happening. Covenant of Doaz. Jump. Oh, oh, great. Tribals. Okay, the last 8 hours are definitely some of the most exciting that we're going to have. They're attacking immediately. They are not breaching. And there are plenty of other factions on the map that might help thin them out as well. So it might be a moment before we get to see them. Okay, trade caravan is... Their animals look like they're fleeing. I don't know if any of them are still up. They are. They're fighting the Yiddikin. Meanwhile, the Empire is coming to flank the Yiddikin, and these tribals are probably going to mess everyone up. Okay. Seems like the Yiddikin have the upper hand up here. It was just 2 of these guys, right, that came that way. Yiddikin are fleeing. At least one of the groups is. Woodoi, you might not get out of here. Let's see. They are... The snow is slowing them down. And you don't appear to have any injuries. Just a stab scar to your right leg, but it's old. So that wouldn't do too much to slow you down, I don't think. Okay, the Refugee Imperium down here. You just have a mace. I'm not sure what your plan is, dude. But you brought a stick to a gunfight. It does have a shield belt, so he might be able to get close. Nope, shield is down. And all of them are going to get wiped out by these tribals. Okay. Got them fleeing up top. These guys are trying to flee. These guys might make it. War Queens, do you want to go cause some havoc? Let's make sure no one's going through any of these doors. Okay. Well, it's just the tribals now. And we know that they aren't going to do very much. They'll take these urchins out and then they'll walk in one at a time to get slaughtered. Meanwhile, we have 3 hours left. So I'm hoping that means that we won't have any more raiders spawn. Potentially we could just pop into the ship and take off, right? Well, this little beaver has decided to wander into the wrong place. Is he gonna make it out? He just manages to sneak by. Okay, that's one group of tribals fleeing. The other group is coming in. The group of tribals that did all the work is now running off. And then this group that has no idea what's going on is still trying to come in and, I don't know, destroy it? Like, what would they do with it? Maybe they see all these other factions and they're like, hey, something's going on over there. Okay, that would be all the raiders. Go ahead and go. We have 2 hours left, so hopefully a nice quiet 2 hours. Okay, discharge complete. The Johnson Tanaka drive has completed its discharge process. It's now ready to be deconstructed so that your colonist can retrieve its entanglement manifold. Okay, so I don't think we get to take off with it. We can test it. We'll test it. So let's save Mech Hive Pria. Everyone inside. Okay, I had one person, 2 people outside. Let's get you guys in. And once that's done, we will send shuttles maybe down here to retrieve some of these corpses so that we can disassemble or butcher them and restock on our chem fuel. Okay, what happens if we try and take off with it? Is it going to be the same situation that happened when we tried initially? Or is this ours now? It's an ancient Johnson Tanaka drive. Yeah, I think we have to disassemble it to get the manifolds, and then we'll use the manifolds to build our own. So I'm not even going to worry about it. Let's actually, if we cancel that, will you, I guess, go ahead and prioritize deconstructing it. The thing is, I think we need multiple manifolds in order to build a Johnson Tanaka drive, right? So it requires 1 manifold. Okay, that's not bad. The large one requires 2. Well, I guess we'll just deconstruct it and we'll build a brand new one right there. Okay, so we have 1. And did we end up with all the materials we need for building one? Because I was like, oh, I'm going to have to send a shuttle down. So we need 12 components. We have the steel. Is that 200 plus steel? Yeah, we have exactly what we need. So let's go ahead and build that right there. Pria, prioritize working on that. You guys go ahead and hibernate. Okay, we'll come back when she's done. Okay, been doing a lot of testing. We're still having the issue where the ship won't launch. It just keeps like spawning more and more like maps of nothing going into orbit. So I tested landing one of the drop ships, realized that we need to make some adjustments to the drop ships, right? So we'll do this. But during my testing of the drop ships initially, when I designed them, I did not have it loaded up with a bunch of tanks. And apparently, all that extra weight requires that we have some extra fuel. So our launch issue just seems to be with the Pria core right now, and I'm not sure why. I even tried removing the JT drive. Maybe it's because we attached to the JT drive when it was like an ancient JT drive, but like we can relaunch a dropship just fine, right? So if we pop there, it takes off. All our tanks are there. Oh, we lost our garage doors. I guess we'll rebuild those. That's fine. I'm not too worried about that. I don't know if we lost those when we landed or when we took off. It's not too big of a deal. It's mostly just aesthetic on my part. But yeah, this is launching other ships and landing other ships seems to be fine. So I'm going to take some time to do some more bug fixing this weekend. We'll get this ship back up in the air one way or another and attached to the mothership. And we'll do it with a Johnson Tanaka drive. So if things hit the fan and we need to, we could load up into this ship and we could just like take off to a different planet. I think we're able to do that even during like ship combat. So definitely feeling pretty secure, pretty safe. The other thing is like with these engines all up and running, we are at a 4.3 thrust to weight ratio, so we can fleet combat as well. But our ship's only going to get stronger, right? We have a lot more heat capacity that we're going to be building down here. We have more spinal weapons that we're going to be building, and we haven't even started to build the heat capacity and capacitor capacity down here in the aft of the ship. Um, but yeah, we'll come back on Monday. We'll have our Pria core back in place. We'll have our second drop ship uh, completed. And I think what I want to do is test out what our dropship would do if we were to land on one of these colonies. So maybe we will invade a tribal, invade a industrial, and invade the empire and see how things work out. We have been working on not ammo crates, on high explosive shells and EMP shells. So as soon as we can get this guy like fully manned with sub personas, have drivers for all the tanks, and have all of our shells loaded up and ready to go, we'll be doing some mech drops of our own. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. As always, until next time, have a good one. Bye.